Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's actually Friday, and I haven't done this forever, and I am happy to be back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Bridget Young. I am a doctor of perinatal nutrition and a certified lactation counselor and founder of babyformulaexpert.com. And normally I like to do infant feeding happy hour, but I'm obviously in my parked car, so there is no drinking going on. I actually just had my annual physical, so I got out a little bit early and thought I could do this before I rush off home and then can be fully present with the children. My boys are now 3 and 5. My oldest just turned 5, and so there is like literally doing nothing else while being with them. It's insane, except trying to keep them from dying or getting completely filthy. So what I want to talk about today is a very brief, very technically detailed question that I've gotten a couple times and that I think is very interesting. So the question, and which I will answer, is how many ounces of formula is my baby actually drinking when the doctor asks, how many ounces is your baby drinking? Or like, what size bottle are you preparing? Because if you've ever prepared formula from powder before, you know that the final volume you end up with is bigger than the amount of water you added. And this is normal. It's the volume expansion of all the powder that you add to the formula. So when you make a 6-ounce bottle, you actually end up with a lot more than 6 ounces. So I'm going to explain why that is and what is the answer to the question, how much is your baby actually drinking, and whether or not you really need to care at all. So here's the answer. Because of volume expansion, for every 1 ounce of formula that you prepare, again, if you're using powdered formula, you actually end up with roughly 1.2 ounces of volume. So if you're making a 1 ounce topper off little snack, what's the difference between like 1 and 1.2 ounces? Like, Lord, a spit up makes up more than that difference. But if we want to be exactly accurate, your baby drank a 1.2 ounce bottle. In those small volumes, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, the drool out of the side of their mouth is probably more than 0.2 ounces. But to make the math very easy, if you were to make a 5-ounce bottle, which is a reasonable size bottle for a younger baby, you actually end up with a 6-ounce bottle, because 1.2 ounces, 5 ounces, you end up with 6 ounces of formula. So if your baby drinks the entire bottle, so there is none left, your baby actually drank a 6-ounce bottle. And it's because the formula companies have sort of done the math for you. They are trying to make it as simple as possible. So when they report calories on the label, it's calories per ounce as prepared, which means most formulas are 20 calories per ounce. Similac formulas, most of them are 19 calories per ounce, but let's just go with 20. So most formulas are 20 calories per ounce as prepared. So if you make a 5-ounce bottle with 5 ounces of water, like in your head, you're calling that a 5-ounce bottle, and you end up with 6 ounces because of the volume expansion, and your baby drinks the whole thing, they actually drank calorically a 6-ounce bottle. So technically, if your doctor's asking what size bottle, calorie-wise, they drank a 6-ounce bottle. I don't think anybody really thinks about that. So whether when your doctor's asking if they really understand that they could be asking 2 different questions, I don't think they really know that. And to be honest, if you have a healthy baby, I don't want you to think about like the difference between a 5 and a 6-ounce bottle. I know we can get really hung up on the numbers. Like, I'm a scientist. I was obsessed with the numbers when my kids were little. If you had a baby in the NICU, they really dwell on ounces in and grams of weight gain because you have to. But if you've got a healthy baby or a baby that's now out of the NICU and growing well, that little bit of difference doesn't really matter. What is more important to me, and hopefully more important to you, is just following the baby's hunger cues, feeding them when they're hungry, and stopping when they're full. So things that are more important: are they growing well? Are they urinating frequently? I have other notes here on make sure I don't miss. Yes, and feeding to their hunger cues. So, and understanding in general that the volume of formula a baby will take over the course of a day will increase as the baby, from when they're born, it will keep going up until roughly they're 4 to 6 months old when they start solid foods, should peak around then. Then it will slowly come down as the amount of solid foods they eat goes up, which makes sense. So if you just keep that general expected trend in your mind, also keep in mind that the total volume they drink every day, and thus, the volume they may or may not want from their bottle, will ebb and flow from day to day, based on what that little thing is going through in their sweet little life. Are they going through a growth spurt? Are they sick? Are they just recovering from being sick? Is it hot outside? Are they in a bad mood? You know, the little things that really matter in a baby's sweet little complicated life. Their volume from day to day will ebb and flow, and then we'll follow that general trend of increasing over the months until they start taking a bunch of solids and then slowly come back down as their solids go up. So I hesitated about doing this video because, again, I really don't want you to dwell on the numbers and be like, oh no, I thought I was feeding a 7-ounce bottle and it's really an 8-ounce bottle and this website told me that's too big. Well, is your baby drinking it all? And do they seem hungry if you take it away sooner? Then they need it and go ahead and feed it to them. So I don't want you to dwell on the numbers too much, but I also want you to feel very empowered and know every detail and number if you would like to, because I'm the kind of parent that likes to know. So my goal with this is to make you feel really confident that you know exactly what's going into your baby's body, because that's really important as a parent, but also empower you to be able to listen to how your baby's communicating with you and make your primary feeding decisions based off of that communication. So I hope that is helpful for the few parents that have actually asked me that question, and good on you, those parents, for obviously you're like my type A detail-oriented parent to even notice such a thing. And again, I will just emphasize that the difference between, 0.2 or 1 plus or minus 1 ounce is likely the difference between a big poop or not, a spit up versus not. And so focusing on overall patterns of growth and baby's hunger cues is way more important. And also maybe you can hobnob about this with your pediatrician because now you're so cool and in the know. So I haven't done happy hour in a really long time. Thank you to all of you that have been so patient with me. Life has just been a little bit crazy. I'm going to try to be a little more consistent moving forward into the fall as summer winds down and we all get back into a little more structured routine. So I wish you and your precious little baby the very best over this fabulous long weekend. And I will hopefully talk to you guys next week. Take care, everybody. Bye. Hey, Facebook, still here. Can't pull it together in my car. Hold on. All right, see you later.